I met Eddie nearly 20 years ago, and I met him because I was doing a project called Project Reach, where we were reaching academically challenged schools. There were 33 schools that were academically challenged in Duval County. Eddie actually, we met, and instead of me telling him what I wanted to do, he says, I have a better way. And he had the most phenomenal method for utilizing his attorneys to come out and mentor young people in the community. The reaction, the relationship meant so much, and Eddie himself also had a mentor. And through the years, we've just continued to work together because I know that anything that I need to do in this community that I love, the one person who is going to be right there with the two people will be Chuck and Eddie Farah, because they're committed to helping the community. I wish that more people would see that this firm, Farah and Farah, Chuck and Eddie, have actually been out in the community rolling up their sleeves working. Project Reach, when we worked with Eddie on Project Reach, we were able to do the mentors. And then I happened to, maybe 2 years after doing Project Reach, I noticed that there were a group of young people who were living in an apartment complex, and they simply just could not read. They weren't prepared to go to school. It was during the summer. I asked Eddie and Chuck if they would be a part of our Readers Are Leaders program, where we would show young people that if they could read, then sooner or later they could become the leaders, because that's what smart people do. You read, you become smart. You're smart, you become a leader. And he bought into it. They bought into it. And we were able to help young people. They were able to take those books home with them. They were able to read, and there's no greater feeling than a young person who's struggling with reading to feel that he or she has conquered something. And then when I got ready to open the I'm a Star Foundation in 2009, I sent Eddie an email saying, I want to start a foundation and I want to call it I'm a Star. And I told him what I wanted to do with parents, what I wanted to do with the young people. And he bought in because I needed to put on a conference and I needed some assistance. He provided the assistance for me to do it. So I say that if it was not for Eddie, I don't know if we would have been able to get off the ground in the way that we have with the I'm a Star Foundation. And since that time, any projects that we have, he's there. The kids know him. The kids in the foundation love him because they know that he's been there for them. And one of the things that I am most indebted to Eddie and Chuck for is because when my students wanted to go to meet the United States Surgeon General to provide him with information on how to reduce childhood obesity, they wanted to go, but I knew that there was no way on earth that I could get them there with limited resources. Here again, I called Eddie and Chuck, and they were able to, they provided the funds for them to go on that train and to meet the Surgeon General. And because they were so impressive when they got there, the Surgeon General decided that he wanted to come to Jacksonville to meet them. So our students, thanks to Eddie Farah getting them there, were able to bring the Surgeon General to Jacksonville and introduce him to the city of Jacksonville. Hundreds of young people just in my foundation alone, because we turn over kids through matriculation when they graduate. So I would say in that respect, he's probably helped a good 300 people. Then with the mentoring programs and all of those other things, probably close to 500 young people have been helped through us by Eddie Farah and Chuck Farah. When we were on, our kids have a track of doing healthy living. And I told him that even though he's an attorney, he has helped with healthy living for Jacksonville probably more than anyone, because the things that we've done to eradicate food deserts, the things that we've done with our Let's Move Jacksonville events to bring people out and give them fresh fruits and vegetables for free, and just open up parks to kids, he helped us to do it. Funding from him helped us to do it. So he, in a sense, has helped with the healthy living aspect, even though he's an attorney.